And we are live. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Connections Unplugged from LinkedIn to Live. This is my video podcast series, multi-streaming on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube every Wednesday at 11 o'clock Finnish time, powered by OneStream Live. Connections Unplugged has been on my mind for a long time. I was thinking that I have such a great network of professionals on LinkedIn, about 6,000 people that I've either met in real life or somehow we encounter on the virtual digital world. So I thought that I will bring them into the OneStream Live studio and share their stories the way they like them to be told into open and unscripted discussions, hence the title Unplugged. So my guests don't really know what I'm about to ask them. I don't even know myself. So I just want to listen to what they say and then ask my next question or my follow-up question. So I focus both on their personal as well as their professional sides, and I want to get to know them, and also you get a chance to eavesdrop into our conversation and get to know them yourselves. And why not? Maybe you can add them into your LinkedIn network as well. This show is powered by OneStream Live from Finland, with love, where I'm also based at, the cloud-based live streaming solution that enables content creators out there to stream beautifully branded content, such as the one I'm hosting now. In today's episode, I have the great pleasure, and I'll add him here into the studio, my fellow colleague, Steven Healey. Hi, Steven.
Hello, Krisa, and hello, everybody. It's good to be here, and I'm looking forward to the questions. I've no idea what's going to happen, which is probably about right.
Steven is my fellow colleague at OneStream Live. He is a brand ambassador and OneStream Live partner. He's been there before me. He is a live stream pro. We share the passion for live streaming. I've done personally a lot of radio hosting, 10 years of radio hosting. And then the past 3 years, I started doing podcasting and live streaming. But Steven will tell and share his story, what makes him a live stream pro and veteran, if you like. He's very active in a variety of platforms. So, Steven, you are a veteran, I would say, or a professional nonetheless, live streamer. What led you into that? Did you have a background in media, in broadcasting? What was your educational background or your work experience that led you into this world?
I came into broadcasting by accident. I am still an accountant. I basically worked in chartered accountants in England, was almost certified, and used to go around actually auditing people's books, checking people's books. Then I discovered computers, and this was when computers first arrived with the Apple IIe and the Commodore PET. And I taught myself how to program. That gave rise to a software house. I'm still a computer programmer. So those were the first two jobs. First one was accountancy. Second one was computer programming. And then the current profession, if you like, is live broadcasting. I was very fortunate to be a guest on a show by a gentleman called Phil Aston. Phil's down in Cornwall. He is a he's well known in the recording industry as music. He's well known in the website industry. And he got to the last 5 minutes of his show and said, does anybody want to join me? And before I knew it, I was actually on a live broadcast. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was bitten by the live video bug straight away. And I decided that I would start my own show. And 10 years ago, that's how it all began. And then we got to Facebook Live, and Facebook Live is when things really came together. And I ran a show for 10 years, which was called Blabbing for Britain. And we broadcast 550 episodes. And we used to talk about the UK news every week. Along the way, I basically, when Facebook Live began, it was just one person on screen. And what we're all looking forward to, Bob, Tomlin and I, and everybody was having two people on screen, like Creaser and I are today, side by side, able to talk to each other, and that came to fruition with BeLive TV, and BeLive were the first software house to actually push into live broadcasting, and they're still present today. That's the long answer to your question, Creaser.
Stephen, for the people that would like to connect with you, I notice here you have only your first name. Show us, please, because you're an expert on OneStream Live Studio. How can you edit your name? Put your full name there from the three dots there in the background. Are you able to?
No, I can't. It can't be edited from here. I'm going to settings. Let's just try. Okay, and I've got my audio, I've got my camera, and I've got effects. I can't actually change my name.
Okay. Do you see the three dots there in the backstage of your name, next to?
No.
Click on them. Okay, maybe because we started this broadcast. But Steven Healey, if you want to reach out to Steven, I can write his name below in the ticker. But Steven, you gave the long, quite comprehensive answer. But here I have something I would like to show also, because you touched upon this platforms people are not so familiar with. Perhaps would you like to share a little bit? What do we see here?
This is live video production 2025, which I'm setting up at the moment. Mark, the team and I have been broadcasting together for the last 6 years, and 2 or 3 times a year, we actually review the systems that everybody can use to broadcast live. And that's OneStream Live, BeLive, StreamYard, and Ecamm. And it's a team of friends, and we get on famously. We enjoy broadcasting together. We have fun when we do it. And basically, we've all got our own favorite systems. Now, of course, Joe and I would say OneStream Live. Marco would say StreamYard. Brichetti would say StreamYard. And Grant and Nick would say BeLive. And we discuss the current feature set of each of the systems so that we do it over a course of 5 days, Monday through Friday, different system every day, different show producer every day. And basically, people can ask questions whilst we're live about the system. We show the system at its strength. So one of the broadcasts will be on OneStream, one will be on BeLive, and one will be StreamYard and Ecamm. And basically, it's to let people know the systems that are available.
You told us about the background and what brought you into this live streaming world years ago. Was there this kind of magic? What was exactly that sold it for you? Did you feel, was it so that you had some message to share, or did you fell in love? Because obviously the technology is very close to your heart, right, from your background. But what other boxes live streaming tick for you so that you can really focus passionately on it?
I think that the biggest one is connection, making friends around the world. I've been very fortunate to meet hundreds of people and who are part of my circle, and it's just the best way to actually connect, because you can connect with old friends, you can connect with new people, you can make new connections, and basically all we're doing on live video is to tell our stories. And you tell a story and people ask you questions about it and give their own views on things. This is a great platform for exchanging views. We don't talk about religion. We don't talk about politics. So anything outside those two is something that we can actually on and get to know people. It's just the excitement of being live.
Yeah, the excitement about being live, the connections, as you mentioned. What is the legacy that you want to leave behind? You have a very big digital footprint. If somebody Googles you, right, as Steve Healey, you're very active in a variety of platforms we've just seen. Do you do all this so that you stay, you build your digital legacy that the historians of the future, the people of the future, is that also a part of what we're doing, or just live in the moment and enjoying what you're doing now in the present? Or do you think about the future, with all the pros and cons of living such a big footprint like you is living behind?
We do try and make an impression. And my legacy is my students. I've taught people around the world how to broadcast live over the years, and fortunately, everybody speaks well of me. I've got Udemy courses where I've got 18,000 students on Udemy, and I've taught people the best way to go live. So basically, the sort of epithet which is used is that I'm the grandfather of live streaming and godfather. Sorry, gave the game away. I'm a grandfather, but I'm also the godfather of live streaming, and that's basically because with friends, I've actually taught so many people to live broadcast, because in the beginning of this, nobody knew anything. It's all changed now because of the Zoom years when everybody was on Zoom. There aren't as many people who are camera shy, and most people know how to get an external camera and microphone working and to actually go on Zoom and live broadcast. But live broadcasting is totally different. My friend Brigetti, who's in Cape Town, South Africa, who was on the picture earlier, basically says that there is a vast difference between being on a Zoom call and broadcasting live, because broadcasting live, you've got a canvas to paint, you tell your stories, you involve people, and it's you on camera. And it's like an artist on stage. We'd all love to be rock stars. I can't be a rock star, but I can be a presence on live video.
And everybody has their own voice and their own unique personality. The one thing, and I want to pick your brains on it, what I don't like, because I'm tech savvy myself, I love technology, but I'm not ignorant of the perils and the dangers of technology. And one thing I don't like is this AI avatars, those emotionless, everybody looks the same, sounds the same, wears the same. Because I believe that live streaming is powerful because, from a very human-centric way, we are all humans. We all have a story to say, a face, a unique face, and a unique story. So with this, I believe that everybody should be their own TV, their own show. I believe everybody should have their own podcast, their own live stream. They should be a production company of their own. And I think with the use of technology, we can enable this today. What are your thoughts about this? And from giving voice to the people, but also the perils of technology and AI?
All right. Okay. I don't think that video AI is a peril. I think it's a bonus. There is no substitute for appearing live on camera and talking and chatting with people. That is the best. But there are times when it's useful to have a video avatar. Now, I've got my own personal video avatar, and I've got to say, I'm going to be honest here, I broadcast on TikTok, and TikTok is it's what Facebook was 8 years ago. TikTok is where people come to watch live video, appreciate live video, and will talk to you. And in the hundreds. And I do it every week. I do 2 shows a week, Monday 6:30 p.m, Tuesday 6:30 p.m. But I use a video avatar. And I don't have a problem with it, because it's not replacing anybody. The thing is, if you're broadcasting live for 30 minutes and you're actually looking at the camera for 30 minutes, people are supposed to be watching you for 30 minutes. And I'm going to say it now, it can be boring. Okay, so what you need to do is to break it up, and that's where a video avatar comes in. A video avatar introducing your show using your words is a way to do it. That's the way I would do it. I will, first of all, in terms of owning the show, I just appear on camera, and that's what I do on TikTok and on OneStream Live. To me, and this is a personal opinion, and there is no rights and wrongs in this, it's just the way you want to do it. If you start a show with a countdown, that's something we used to do 7 or 8 years ago, then people, for the first 30 seconds of the video, a minute of the video, wondering what's going on. I've seen this before. I saw it on the last episode. What I want to do is I want to see Joe on screen. I don't want 3 videos before I get to Joe. I'm here to see Joe. And that name is sort of picked at random. But video avatars are a way of breaking a broadcast up and also giving information. I teach people how to be confident on camera. And in doing that, I've made the same speech many times over the years. Gave that particular job to an avatar. And now during my show, she, I think, will appear on screen and will explain camera confidence. Yeah. And because it's a break from my being on screen, it works. But we're all different and there is no right answer. I'm just giving you mine.
Yeah, because you spoke about connection before, and I think when you're referring to connection, it's about human to human connection. Otherwise, how can the avatar connect to a human? It's apples and oranges. I also find it very sterile, and I always notice when it's not a real human. I always just get a little bit cringed. But about the countdown, I think from the technical point of view that it's good to get the people into the broadcast, especially this longer form video content until people join the stream. But what do you think about you have you ever thought that at your age and given your experience you would be broadcasting on TikTok? Did it come naturally to you, or did you also feel that is it really TikTok a platform where I should be, or is it yes, of course I should be there? What was, because I don't let's say it this way, I don't love TikTok necessarily.
Sorry. Right. Music interlude. My apologies for that.
What do you think about TikTok as a platform? And initially, what was your initial gut feeling about the platform, or you felt that yes, I have to be there if we want to do video live streaming?
Right. First of all, I just want to make a general point. Age is no barrier to anything, providing that you have a confident presence on screen. Age doesn't matter. And I know broadcasters are even older than I am. So age has never been a factor for me. It's basically the screen presentation that counts. As far as TikTok is concerned, that came about through my friend Marco Nova in Portugal. Because to broadcast on TikTok, you need 1,000 followers. And for me to get 1,000 followers on TikTok would be nigh impossible just posting pictures or silly videos. And I don't do silly videos. But what I do,
that's what I mean, because you've been a professional in that sense. You know, when you have such experience in life, you don't go to TikToks and take selfies and do silly dances. So how did you reach your 1,000 followers?
Well, basically, the thing is that I've discovered that you make your own niche. When I started on January 3rd, I used a system called TikTok Live Studio, which broadcasts only to TikTok. And if you've got a following on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter, you can use it. And I had 43 followers, no content, and we sit here today and I've got 2,700 followers. I'm monetized and I can go live on TikTok whenever I want. I've got 2 shows on TikTok, half an hour, which is a chat show on Mondays at 6:30, and then an hour-long show, which is on Tuesdays at 6:30. And I talk about things that I'm passionate about. And just in relation to what we've just been talking about, I'm passionate about AI, I'm passionate about running, and I'm passionate about social media. So AI Run Thrive is the show. It's been running now for 12 weeks on TikTok. It has gained a following. Hundreds of people do come and watch. And the thing about TikTok is you've got 2 bites of the cherry. You go live and you get one audience, okay? And it's gamified. So basically what TikTok want to do is train you to be a good broadcaster, and they take you through 30 different stages to become a proficient broadcaster. I'm on stage 12 of 30 at the moment. Hopefully I'll make it to the end. But basically TikTok is just so interactive. You go live and people, I've got to tell you this, people actually come to watch. And by this stage of a broadcast, we have people actually commenting. Yeah, it's guaranteed on TikTok. TikTok is a guaranteed audience. The other thing is that you make your own TikTok. Yeah, basically, I can go on there, an hour-long show. I can get a good reception for 60 minutes. I get people coming in throughout the 60 minutes. I get people commenting. At the end of it, I just take the first 10 minutes of that broadcast and it goes to another audience on TikTok. So you can, I've proved to myself and hopefully to others that you can go live for 60 minutes on TikTok and get an audience.
Yes.
My initial reaction when Marco said TikTok was, well, you scroll through and watch funny videos. I mean, what's the point of that? The point is that it is live video and it is what you make of it.
Steven, you mentioned the word monetize. So 2 questions. For the audience that is watching and listening to us, wondering, what are these people talking about? How do you monetize? Is it a job? Do you spend time? How much time? And so on. So let me clarify also for the viewers, everybody tuning in and listening, wherever you're watching us from, Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube. So Steven, is live streaming your full-time job, or do you have still some accounting job and gigs at the background? So how much time, first of all, you spend on live streaming daily on a typical day or in a week if you like? And then do you earn a living doing so? You said the word monetize, you monetize your TikTok presence. So what does it mean in practice?
In practice, like yourself, I work for OneStream Live, and that is part of the jigsaw. The second part of the jigsaw is that I broadcast on Amazon.com. Amazon.com is the world's 3rd largest website, and as an independent broadcaster, I broadcast on Amazon.com, and I can earn affiliate income from my broadcasts. I broadcast every week. Broadcast, and it's quite possibly the most pleasant experience because you're actually marketing through telling stories, and that works for me because I enjoy storytelling. So I'll tell a story about a particular camera or a microphone or a Garmin watch, and basically people click, and once they've clicked, they attract a cookie. The thing they buy in the following 24 hours, you get commission on. So that's one model. The second model is the TikTok model, which I'm just beginning to explore. TikTok has a shop. It's not as big as the Amazon shop, but the thing about being live on TikTok and having an audience is you can attract a brand sponsor who will sponsor your broadcast. You can sell items from the TikTok shop. You can support independent music by having their backing tracks, but they're having music from independent artists as your backing track. So there are ways to actually earn money as a live broadcaster. And just to shout out, if you are interested in being on this side of the camera, do get in touch. I've got a project which I'm working on at the moment. And if you think that you can do this, then let me know.
And if you're in Finland, let me know. I'll happy to connect with you. So we are both. Tell us a little bit to the audience. Of course, you can work remotely and all over the world, but tell us a little bit where you're based at. And to my first question, so is it a full-time job for you, or do you still have another job on the side?
Okay, I'll explain. I'll basically say that I am 72, and I do this because I just enjoy it. I don't have a responsibility. I just enjoy it. I just do it. I can do it. I have the freedom to do this.
Great.
And my two, right, basically, one lives in the north of England and the other one lives in Brisbane in Australia. They're both below and above 40. And they've established themselves in life, and we went over to Brisbane last February and had a great time there. I've had 3 lives so far. One, I was happily married for 25 years to Doreen, and unfortunately Doreen, this is why I support charities, Doreen died when she was 20. Well, we've been married 24 years. And my life just fell apart, totally fell apart. And I remember being in a car park at a hotel, and I thought, why? Why did that happen to me? And I just fell to pieces. Fortunately, there was somebody to actually pull me back together again. My two sons were younger then. So my first life with Doreen was basically the foundation of everything. And then you take years to recover. And you're going to. People keep telling you over time. And it was difficult. It was virtually an impossible time because you don't know. You ask yourself the question, why? Why did it happen to Doreen? Why am I left alone? What do I need to do? And somebody said, there's one thing that you need to do, and that is you need to support and raise your two sons. So that became the focus. And then once they started to grow up, I was able to move away. And I moved from Burnley, which is where I'm from, which is in Lancashire, to Stratford-on-Avon. I lived in Stratford-on-Avon for 12 years. And I was at that stage a computer programmer and supporting business throughout the Midlands. So I know how to code. I know how this system here that we're using is built. And then through social media, in fact, through Google Hangouts, I actually met somebody, and that partner, Angelica. And I've been here in Wiltshire for the last 13 years, and blissfully so. So I've had 3 lives, and I'm grateful for each of them. Each is special in its own way, and we carry our memories with us. And it's just, life has ups and downs. The downs are, I'm trying to keep polite, the downs are taxing, to say the least. The ups are always there, and it's a question of being positive. Found over the year, I was described by Andreas, who lives in Stuttgart, Andreas Vida, and he said, you are 2 things. One is an eternal optimist, and the second is you're a helper. Now, what he meant by that is that I enjoy helping people. That's carried me through to where I am today, where I can actually enjoy the freedom to do basically what I want, when I want, and stay fit. Staying fit is important to me. It's been part of the last 13 years of staying fit. And basically, Angelica and I really enjoy exercise. We enjoy doing a park run on Saturday. We enjoy going out for walks. We enjoy the local countryside. We're fortunate to be here. And we have both applied. Last year, Angelica applied to run in the London Marathon. Now, before that, she had been doing park run, okay, which is 5 kilometers. And she went from 5K, from 3 miles, up to 17 miles, running along the local canal for the London Marathon. She took part in the London Marathon 24th of April 2024, and she finished it. And she finished 6.5 hours, which is incredible from, as I say, being a park runner. And then obviously the thing that happens after you've done a marathon is that your body says never again. Yeah. And you've got to train your mind and your body to actually come round from the fact that was beyond what you should have really done, because it's not a natural thing. You don't all go out and run 26 miles. So Angelica took a year off, and she's applied for the London Marathon 2026. I thought, go on then. Go on. I'm not saying if Angelica can do it, I can do it, but I think we all need a target. So my targets are twofold. I'm doing a charity run, a charity 10 Saturday, which is the Race for Life, which is for cancer research in the UK. And then I've applied for the marathon. So who knows what's going to happen in 26.
Great, but it's great, as you said, to have a goal, very future. And as you said, thank you for sharing. Your life has been shaped by extraordinary and difficult. Of course, others have it to more or less degree. Everybody has, as you mentioned, ups and downs in their lives, and losses and lots of difficult situations. The point is how to put the goal, as you said, to look at your children, say, hey, this is my goal now. I have to raise those 2 children, right? And then life eventually will carry you. You have to show some kind of stamina and push through. In Finland, there's a word called sisu. It's a very difficult to translate in other languages. It's a combination of guts and perseverance and biting your lip and heading forward through the darkness and the snow and just doing what needs to be done. And then you reach sort of the better place, happier place in your life. And I'm happy that you are now in a much better place. Your kids are adults and successful. You're doing things that you love, you're passionate about. Steven Healey, my previous guest asked a question to you. She asked what would be your mantra with your wisdom and life experience. Is there any aphorism or mantra or slogan that you go by with? Is there a quote of a famous person, or is there something that is the guiding light of your life?
It's the guiding light of my life is my partner Angelica, but my guiding theme every day is to say, when I wake up, to say thank you, to look around the room, to know that my cataracts have been, well, I have perfect vision now. I'm grateful to the doctors who did that. I'm grateful that I'm able to manage my diabetes, and I'm just grateful to enjoy every day. So my mantra is get the most out of every day, and be supportive of everybody in your life. That's it. That's as simple as that. Yeah, I'm just grateful to get up every morning.
Great. Same here. Very grateful. And as you said, very simple things that make you happy. The people you love, your son, your partner, if they're, and of course, if you have good health or you're happy to live somewhat a good life. We all have our issues, I must say. But Steven, what is a question when you meet a person that you don't know? What is one question you like to ask people to pick their brains and see inside their soul and see how they're thinking? What kind of people are they? Do you have such a one question that you'd like to ask to people to really get an insight to their soul and the way they're viewing the world?
This is doing that is probably the most difficult thing I can do. I just want to know from the next person who you interview is, what are you really passionate about? What drives you, gets you going? That's it.
Right. So what gets you going? So thank you so much, Steven Healey, live stream pro, the godfather, at least from the UK perspective. I don't know if there have been in other countries, other forerunners as Steve, a man who loves technology, loves to be both behind the camera and in front of the camera, loves to run a marathon, loves charity work, loves Angelica. We should have a picture of Angelica here. You mentioned her a lot. Happy that you're doing well in your life, Steven. And of course, reach out to Steven J. Healey. You see the handle below on LinkedIn, of course, all the other platforms. Would you like to mention, let me show this one more time. Steven is everywhere. So where people can find you, Steven?
Right. Basically, you can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on TikTok. You just need to know my name. And those wonderful people are all firm friends, and we all enjoy broadcasting together. And I'm looking forward to arranging the broadcast, which will be possibly towards the end of May, beginning of June, and everybody in there will be taking part. And one gentleman from Canada will be joining us as well. So it's going to be a good.
Yeah, Emma, I don't see many women in there.
This is historical. Basically, in a live video, it's predominantly been a male-dominated industry. There are a lot of wonderful, talented ladies broadcasting, But in the beginning, when the technology was new, when Facebook began, the number of ladies actually wanting to take part was lower than the number of men who wanted to be on camera. I think that's historically it. It is poignant as well, because when we started out, that's the 2025 photo. If we go back to 2019, we did have 4 ladies, including Jetty. Unfortunately, 3 of them are no longer with us. So we carry on broadcasting in their memory and appreciate every moment that we spent with them.
Okay, great. Thank you, Steve. Steven Healey, thank you for joining me today. Greetings from Finland.
And greetings from the UK. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you, my great pleasure. So thank you for tuning in. One guest from my LinkedIn network to you through some 30 plus. Now we covered 37 minutes here with Steve and lots of things to talk about. I get a chance to interview my LinkedIn connections and bring our discussions to you. You can eavesdrop to our conversation and feel free to write your insights into the comments. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Bye.